If you're looking for the best laptop for video editing this year, forget the hype and forget the generic list. In this video, I'm giving you my top 5 best laptops for video editing this year based on what actually matters. I mean export speed, timeline smoothness, display quality, portability, battery life, thermals, and overall value for editors using Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, After Effects, and other creator apps. This is not a buy whatever is expensive list, but the most honest laptop review video for video editor. Let's get into it. Counting down from number 5 is the Dell XPS 16. If you want a laptop that looks premium, feels premium, and still has enough real performance for serious editing, the Dell XPS 16 is still one of the strongest options. Dell offers it with up to Intel Core Ultra processors, NVIDIA RTX graphics, up to 64 gigabytes of LPDDR5X memory, and up to a 4K OLED display depending on configuration. Dell also lists newer 16-inch premium configurations with up to RTX 5070 graphics and up to 27 hours of streaming battery life on some display options, which shows where this line is headed in 2026. Why does that matter for video editing? Because this is the kind of machine that works well for people editing 4K YouTube videos, commercial content, short documentaries, social media edits, and client work without carrying around a chunky gaming laptop. The big selling point here is the combination of strong GPU acceleration and a high-quality OLED panel, especially if you care about color-rich footage and a sleek creator-focused design. It's also a solid fit for editors who want Windows instead of Mac OS. The downside, it's beautiful, but it's not the most practical or best value pick on this list. Other laptops here can give you better sustained creative performance or more creator-friendly usability. So the Dell XPS 16 is my pick for people who want a premium Windows creator laptop that's elegant, powerful, and still very capable for editing. Counting down from number 4 is the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i. The Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i is one of the most underrated creator laptops right now. Lenovo's current Yoga Pro 9i Aura Edition 16-inch model features up to an Intel Core Ultra 9 285H and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 50 series graphics, with Lenovo positioning it directly at creators who want strong AI-assisted and GPU-accelerated performance. Here's why it makes this list. This is a really strong option for editors who want a laptop that can handle Premiere Pro timelines, 4K edits, effects-heavy projects, and multitasking without jumping all the way to the price tier of the absolute flagship machines. It gives you that sweet spot between creator performance, portability, and display quality. You know, if your workflow includes things like YouTube talking head videos, cinematic edits, music videos, wedding films, short form content with a lot of layers, then the Yoga Pro 9i makes a lot of sense. It's especially appealing if you want something that feels more creator focused than a gaming laptop, but more flexible than an entry-level editing machine. The reason it's not higher is simple. When you compare it head-to-head against the best MacBook Pro setups, or the strongest ASUS and Razer creator options, it doesn't quite dominate any single category, but as an all-rounder, it's excellent. So if you want one of the best Windows laptops for video editing in 2026, without going full workstation or full gaming aesthetic, this is a very smart buy. Counting down from number 3 is the Razer Blade 16. Now, if raw power is your priority, the Razer Blade 16 is a beast. Razer says the current Blade 16 can be configured with up to an AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX 370, up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 laptop GPU, and up to 64 gigabytes memory. That is serious creator class hardware and a relatively thin chassis. For video editing, this matters because GPU heavy workflows can absolutely crush weaker laptops. If you use DaVinci Resolve, After Effects, GPU assisted effects, heavy color grading, high bitrate 4K, or even 6K workflows, multicam edits, motion graphics, the Blade 16 starts to make a lot of sense. This is the laptop for the editor who doesn't want compromise. You want power? This thing brings power. And Unlike some creator laptops that get conservative with their GPU limits, the Blade 16 is clearly aimed at users who need serious graphics headroom for rendering and demanding workloads. Now, the obvious trade-off is price. This is not a budget pick, and it's not the laptop I'd recommend for casual editors. Also, while it's thinner than many performance laptops, battery life on these kinds of Windows Power machines usually won't touch a MacBook Pro. But if your priority is high-end Windows editing performance, the Razer Blade 16 is one of the strongest laptops you can buy in 2026. Counting down from number 2 is the ASUS ProArt P16. For a lot of creators, the ASUS ProArt P16 is probably the most balanced Windows editing laptop on this list. And honestly, for some people, it may be the best choice overall. ASUS lists the ProArt P16 with up to an AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX370, up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 5090 laptop GPU, a 16-inch OLED display, and creator-friendly features like HDMI 2.1 and an SD Express 7.0 card reader. ASUS also positions it specifically as a laptop for demanding creative workflows. That right there tells you what this machine is about. This is not just a fast laptop. This is a creator laptop. That means it's built for people who actually edit, grade, preview, export, and move files around all day, and that's why I rank it above many other Windows options. Artings also found the ASUS ProArt P16 better than the Dell XPS 16 for most uses, citing better overall user experience and better performance due to the AMD CPU and higher wattage NVIDIA GPU options. That lines up with what serious editors usually need: strong, sustained performance, creator-friendly ports, a color-rich display, less compromise than ultra-thin lifestyle laptops. If you edit in Premiere Pro, Resolve, Photoshop, and other Adobe or Creator workflows on Windows, the ProArt P16 is one of the most complete machines available. So why is it number 2 and not number 1? Because there's still one laptop line that, for overall editing efficiency, battery life, screen quality, and professional media workflow, remains insanely hard to beat. Counting down from number 5 is the MacBook Pro 16. The MacBook Pro 16 is still the king for a huge number of video editors, and no, that's not fanboy hype, it's just the truth. Apple's 16-inch MacBook Pro lineup offers major advantages for editing, including a liquid Retina XDR display, long battery life, built-in HDMI and SDXC card slot, and on higher-end chips like M4 Max, an enhanced media engine with 2 video encode engines and 2 ProRes accelerators. Apple's 16-inch 2024 MacBook Pro specs also list up to 24 hours video streaming on M4 Pro and up to 21 hours on M4 Max configurations. That is exactly why editors love this machine. If you work in Final Cut, Pro, Premiere, Pro, DaVinci, Resolve, documentary editing, YouTube, production, corporate video, social content, travel editing on the go, you get excellent battery life, fast export, smooth playback, a color-accurate display, reliable thermals, and a workflow that feels polished laptop mag. Also called the MacBook Pro 16 M4 Pro, the best overall pick among video editing laptops it reviewed, saying it improved over the prior generation in nearly every way. The MacBook Pro is also the top for video editing, highlighting performance, display quality, and port selection. That's why this is number 1. Now, if you absolutely need CUDA-specific workflows or you want the most aggressive GPU power possible in Windows apps, the ProArt P16 or Blade 16 can be better fits. But for the majority of people searching best laptop for video editing 2026, the safest, strongest, and most complete answer is still the MacBook Pro 16. Please keep this in mind before you buy any video editing laptop this year. Here's the simple rule. If you edit lightweight to moderate 1080p or 4K projects, prioritize 16 gigabytes to 32 GB RAM, good color accuracy, and fast SSD storage. If you do heavier professional work like multi-cam color grading, raw footage, heavy effects, 6K or 8K timelines, then prioritize 32 gigabytes to 64 gigabytes RAM, stronger GPU performance, and better sustained cooling. And please don't buy a laptop for editing just because the marketing says AI PC or Creator Edition. Look at the actual CPU, GPU, RAM, display, and port selection. That's what matters. In conclusion, so these are the best laptops for video editing in 2026. If you want the safest overall choice, go with the MacBook Pro 16. If you want the best Windows creator machine, look hard at the ASUS ProArt P16. If you want raw power, the Razer Blade 16 is a monster. If you want a premium Windows design, the Dell XPS 16 still deserves attention. And if you want a strong all-round creator laptop, the Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i is absolutely worth considering. If this video helped you cut through the nonsense, well, subscribe to my channel and drop a comment telling me your favorite editing laptop in 2026.